Spoiler warning. The following discussion will contain spoilers. We recommend checking out the movie first, then coming back to hang with us. But if you don't care about that, glad to have you here.
Merry Christmas, you filthy animal.
All right, everybody, welcome back to the 25 Days of Real Christmas, a series where we review some of your old and new holiday favorite films. My name's Kevin.
And I'm John.
And we are the Real Movie Guys. Merry Christmas, everyone. Today, we're going to be taking a look at National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. The Griswold family plans for a big family Christmas predictably turns into a giant disaster. Merry Christmas from the Real Movie Guys. You know, just throwing it out there. Season's greetings to all you guys. Seriously. So, what I do every Christmas, and I've done it for as long as I can remember, is I always watch National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. It is a staple in my household to watch this on Christmas Day. And you know what, man? For the years I've been watching this, it gets better every year. I enjoy it thoroughly every time I watch it.
'Tis the season to be merry.
Well, that's my name.
Oh, shit.
It always makes you want to put more lights on your house. Go a little bit extra big for Christmas.
It's funny because we were talking about Home Alone. Like, Home Alone's one of those movies too. Like, I don't watch it on Christmas Day, but it gets you into the Christmas spirit. This movie like overloads it for me. Like, as soon as I watch Christmas Vacation, it's like, all right, we're here. This is Christmas. As soon as the song starts right up in the beginning,
it's that time. Christmas time is here. Everybody knows there's not a better time of year.
to the very end when they're singing the national anthem as Santa's flying across the sky after a sewage explosion.
Bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave?
This movie does it for me, man. It scratches all my Christmas urges at once. It really captures everything. And like I said, the interesting part is I found the older I grow, the more I appreciate this movie, because I feel like I'm slowly getting to the age where I can relate to the family issues that they're really throwing in this movie. Because let's be honest, when you're younger, you can understand it, but you don't appreciate it, right? You don't really appreciate that whole family dynamic of, you know, seeing family, not wanting to be around them, doing...
This is what Christmas is all about. I'll park the cars and check the luggage, and yeah, I'll be outside for the season.
Prepping and...
Well, I don't know what to say, except it's Christmas and we're all in misery.
Ellen, are you smoking again?
No!
the job stresses.
Don't forget that report, Bill. Yes, sir. Thank you. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. Kiss my ass. Kiss his ass. Kiss your ass. Happy Hanukkah.
And everything like that. As you get older, though, you really start to like sink into that role. So it becomes more relatable, I think, as the years go by. This is also written by the great John Hughes, who after this, actually, that's when Home Alone was made, right after this. So it's a very interesting fact. Another thing that's interesting is a lot of people do and don't know. I feel like this is a weird fact. Christmas Vacation is the third movie in the National Lampoon's franchise. Because you had Vacation, European Vacation, and then Christmas Vacation. And I would argue, out of all of them, I mean, Vacation's an amazing movie, 100%. After that, European Vacation, I don't know, that doesn't do it for me. Some people really like that. I'm sorry if you're one of them. Christmas Vacation's like near perfect. I would say it's on par with the original Vacation movie for me. I mean, I'm not going to watch Christmas Vacation really outside of Christmas, so maybe there's that limitation. But for sure, I mean, for the third movie in a series to be this good, that's mind-boggling. Like, that doesn't happen today. I think we should admire that when it does. So let's talk about Christmas Vacation. Why does it work? It's just a hilarious romp from beginning to end, from when they're getting the tree.
Do you think there's enough room for the angel?
Oh, sure, honey. I have a little more trimming to do, but that won't be a problem. Ready? I give you the Griswold family Christmas tree. A lot of sap in here. It looks great. Little full, A lot of sap.
They're doing all the Christmas traditions. Like the whole motto of this is a Griswold family Christmas. Old-fashioned Griswold family Christmas is what they're trying to do. And you see them going through everything they do just turns terrible, which is essentially is the plot of Vacation. So Christmas Vacation borrows a lot from that.
Look at that.
Sorry.
Why are you crying?
I told you we put it in too early.
Oh, it's just a little dry. It's fine.
I told you.
Here's the heart.
And what's interesting too is if you watched Christmas Vacation, you don't need to have seen the other movies. Like you can pretty much get to know these characters right from this film. You don't need any previous knowledge of anyone's like character or anything like that. This movie feels like its own standalone film. Especially, I think it's even funnier. Sometimes it's even funnier when you don't know, like that Clark freaks out every movie. Like he always has like a freak out moment.
Was that really necessary?
We needed a tree.
May I remind you that
This was all my idea, no? No. I'm well aware of that, honey.
Well, could you just keep it in mind the next time you go berserk?
Didn't go berserk. Simply solved a problem. We needed a coffin. A tree. There are no lots open on Christmas Eve. Lewis burned down my tree, so I replaced it as best I could. Voila.
Are you okay?
I'm fine, honey.
It's kind of funny when they like allude to it earlier.
It's just that I know how you build things up in your mind, Sparky. You set standards that no family event can ever live up to.
When have I ever done that?
Parties, weddings,
Night, honey.
anniversaries, funerals, holidays, vacations, graduations.
And then it happens later and you don't have any prior knowledge of it coming. I feel like that's kind of more of a surprise.
Fix the newel post!
But it's also funny too, like how different they are from their neighbors, and like you see it throughout the movie, like how much their neighbors despise them, and that just adds to like the craziness of this family.
Yeah, they're characters I've come to appreciate down the line. Margot and Todd are probably like the standout like characters that I, especially more so lately, I've realized people really like them. They have their famous scene when they come home and Clark accidentally shot like the gutter into their room and it like destroyed their sound system that they had, and they come in and she's like, Todd, why is the carpet wet? And he goes, I don't know, Margot.
And why is the carpet all wet, Todd?
I don't know, Margot.
They actually have like Christmas sweaters that you can get that have those sayings on it. Their characters are just so funny to me. While they're not really in the movie, Margot's played by Julia Louis-Dreyfus, so there you go. Their timing just works, especially earlier on in the movie. They have the scene with them. Clark is cutting up the Christmas tree in the front yard, and he's like, well, Todd goes over to him, where are you going to put that Christmas tree? And Clark goes, bend over and I'll show you. And he's like, you can't talk to me like that. And he's like, I wasn't talking to you. And they look at Julia Louis-Dreyfus.
Hey, Griswold, where do you think you're going to put a tree that big? Bend over and I'll show you. You've got a lot of nerve talking to me like that, Griswold.
I wasn't talking to you.
I'm like, that's great. Like, again, sometimes you have neighbors like that. They're just like, they know everything, and they're these like, classic modern people. Like, that's definitely relatable to a lot of people. I wouldn't say I had that, but I could see how someone could relate to that. Everything just like that is so over the top. And a lot of that just has to do with all the actors. Johnny, by far, who's your favorite character in this movie?
Clark Griswold, of course.
Chevy Chase doesn't get enough credit. If you wondered why Chevy Chase was so popular in late 80s, early 90s, his comedic timing is spot on.
You want to ride behind somebody who does something like that? I'm going to pull around him and leave him safely behind us.
Burn some dust here. Eat my rubber.
Dad, I think what you mean is burn rubber and eat my dust.
Whatever, Russ, whatever.
He is the dad, like he's like dad of America in this movie.
Come on, unravel these. You have to check every bulb. Whoops, got a little knot here. You work on that. I'll get the other box.
Now, if you look at Chevy Chase now in his career, probably not thinking that, and I totally get why. But at this point in Chevy Chase's career, he was like all over the place, right? He was in like every comedy movie that come out. You had to have Chevy Chase in your movie. I mean, not that he didn't know that. He's pretty egotistical for the most part. His comedic timing with all the characters, trying to find the right word to describe it, I would say like a enthusiastic joy of the holiday, of wanting to make everything perfect, wanting to do everything right.
Where do you think you're going? Nobody's leaving. Nobody's walking out on this fun, old-fashioned family Christmas. No, we're all in this together. This is a full-blown, four-alarm holiday emergency here. We're going to press on, and we're going to have the happiest Christmas since Bing Crosby tap danced with Danny fucking Kaye.
It's so admirable that I got to support the guy. I got to root for him the whole entire time.
Clark, I think it's best if everyone just goes home before things get worse.
Worse? How could they get any worse? Take a look around you, Ellen. We're at the threshold of hell.
My favorite scene, of course, and I think this is most people's, is his epic speech where after he finds out he's not getting a bonus and he's freaking out, the switch flips, right? That's all him. Like Chevy Chase like soaks in that moment for himself, just going off on his boss about the holidays and everyone's a piece of crap. Hallelujah. Holy shit. Where's the Tylenol?
And I want to look him straight in the eye, and I want to tell him what a cheap, lying, no-good, rotten, four-flushing, low-life, snake-licking, dirt-eating, inbred, overstuffed, ignorant, blood-sucking, dog-kissing, brainless, dickless, hopeless, heartless, fat-ass, bug-eyed, stiff-legged, spotty-lipped, worm-headed sack of monkey shit he is. Hallelujah! Holy shit! Where's the Tylenol?
Like that whole scene is just classic Chevy Chase. When he finally breaks, you don't blame the guy. You really don't. And Chevy Chase just has that automatic charm about him. Again, he's just so good. You know, it's a shame what's happened to him later in his career, you know, especially more recently after some public snafus and other things that have come out about him. But again, you can't deny the talent of him at all. Gotta give it to my favorite character, played by the legendary Randy Quaid.
Oh,
Cousin Eddie. Your shitter is full.
Merry Christmas! Dinner was full!
I mean, come on. Cousin Eddie is like that one relative you don't want to see. It grates at you, even to this day. Like when you see him, like they're looking at the house after Clark finally got it all lit up. It looks beautiful. And he's talking to all the family members going one by one. And he just starts talking to Cousin Eddie and he's like, wait, Eddie? You're here?
Eddie wanted to make it a surprise.
Yeah. You surprised?
Surprised, Eddie? If I woke up tomorrow with my head sewn to the carpet, I wouldn't be more surprised than I am right now.
Randy Quaid plays Cousin Eddie so stupid but endearing at the same time that you can't help but feel bad for him.
I heard on the news that an airline pilot spotted Santa's sled on its way in from New York.
You serious, Clark?
You really can. You care about it. It's kind of like that family dynamic. Like we all have a family member to some degree that's like that. Maybe not, again, not to this caricature level.
That thing had 9 lives. She just spent them all. Woo!
Not just them. I mean, overall, everyone's great. Beverly D'Angelo is Ellen. The children, Juliette Lewis, Johnny Galecki, who, if you don't know, is actually in The Big Bang Theory. Interesting fact. You know, a lot of people don't know that either. But again, everyone works, from the crazy in-laws, Doris Roberts from Everybody Loves Raymond fame. They hit every caricature, right? Like they hit all the caricatures of family members that we've had to deal with. Like you said, Aunt Bethany's the one who forgets everything and doesn't know what's going on half the time.
Since this is Aunt Bethany's 80th Christmas, I think she should lead us in the saying of grace.
Oh, great.
What, dear? Grace! Grace! She passed away 30 years ago.
They want you to say grace. The blessing.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America.
You got Lewis, who's the cranky old man who doesn't give a shit about the holiday. He's just there for the free food kind of deal.
Hey, Grizz, me and Bethany figured out the perfect gift for you.
Oh, Uncle Lewis, you didn't have to buy me anything.
Damn it, Bethany, guessed it.
Again, this movie touches on everything that makes that Christmas gathering so special, quote unquote. And like we were saying in a lot of our films, this movie, it feels timeless. Even though it takes place in the late 80s, it takes place in 89, it still feels timeless, right? Like everything that's happening in this movie can still happen today. Even though it's not the same time frame and, you know, things have evolved over time, we're still having those same issues. Some of us are still getting Christmas trees and having problems. They're putting up lights and having to deal with that crap and the family coming over. Maybe, again, not to the extent in this movie, but it feels like that to us, right? It's exaggerated, but to us, when they have like a big explosion, it almost feels like we're having a big explosion at times. Like the stress really gets to you about the holidays, and this movie just exemplifies that so well. I can't find another Christmas movie that does that for me.
I can see you getting a good old Griswold tree.
I would. I go all out. Listen, man, you don't half-ass it. You full-ass everything. It's Kevin's method. The humor works in this movie, too, where it's definitely more adult-orientated, right? I don't think we can deny that. It's definitely more like an adult-orientated movie. But in a way, it's weird because I would watch this when I was younger with my family, and a lot of the jokes just flew over my head. I didn't understand a lot of it. But it kind of has like a good, unique balance. I feel like I've been trying to find this with some of the movies we reviewed this season. We were talking about like Christmas Chronicles. Like, I wish Christmas Chronicles almost found that balance like this movie did, right? I wish it could say, like, it's adult, but it's still somewhat family friendly, if not all the time. I mean, the "Look, Kids, a Deer" joke is hilarious. Is that family friendly? Probably not. Yeah, and like we were saying, a lot of it too, just it's memorable. John, what would you say is your favorite scene if you had to pick one in this film?
Though the one scene when they're outside and he's like, everybody gather around.
Oh yeah, the whole the epic Christmas light scene, right?
Yeah, and he's like, and they don't work.
Drum roll.
And he's like, what the heck? And then his wife goes to play with it, and then they finally work. And he goes, yes, everybody come here.
Oh! Ella, a Christmas! Come on! Everybody come on, quick, look at the lights!
And then by the time they get out there, they're all done. They're like, what the heck's going on?
Wait a minute. I don't believe it.
What's all the yelling about?
What's going on here?
25,000 twinkle lights.
I can especially relate to that. I once, earlier in the movie when he's setting up the lights, he falls down the ladder, like he slides down. To anyone that's actually happened to, that's scary as hell when that happens, when you just slide down a ladder like that, it just collapses in on itself. So, you know, I can relate to that automatically. You know, that's definitely something that's pretty terrifying. But there's so many scenes, man. And, you know, like I said, we could sit here all day and I could just go over all my favorite scenes, but I don't think I want to do that. What I want to tell everyone at home is you need to go watch National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. It's by far the best Christmas movie we've looked at, in my opinion, at least the whole season. It'll continue to be my number one movie. I don't foresee it being dethroned. It just captures everything I like. So with that being said, I think we're ready to give our final scores. I'm going to give National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation an A+.
Good.
As simple as that. Fantastic movie. I can't preach its greatness enough. For it to be the third movie in a franchise and be this terrific is astounding to me. And not even that, just to automatically be a Christmas classic, a movie I truly go back to every year and I watch. This is my number one, 100%. Again, I don't see that being dethroned. John, where do you stand with this film?
A+.
Go on.
For everything you mentioned throughout the whole thing, and just the fact of this movie being as amazing as it is, there's an A+ from me.
Yeah, we talked about the whole series, trying to find the Christmas season and find the holiday spirit. This movie encapsulates it, as obnoxious as it can be, or, as funny as it can be. It nails everything for me. It's tough because, I want to recommend this to, to watch with your family. That's up to you. Maybe do your research a little bit, or watch it first, maybe without your kids, and then, determine their maturity and see what's what with that, if you think that's appropriate. I know I'll be showing my kids this, I'm going to do it. I have to. I'm going to assume everything's going to go over their heads like it did for me when I was a kid, and we're going to enjoy it together. Instant holiday classic, and again, by far, my favorite Christmas movie. So, John, this being the last video of the season, tell the people where to find us at home.
You can find us on YouTube. The Real Movie Guys on YouTube. Go over to our page, like our channel, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Next year, we'll be having big things coming.
Yeah, expect to hear
Very
some
big
news
things.
soon. Yeah, there definitely should be a teaser in the future. Expect to hear something soon. Just keep an eye on the channel. Make sure you're subscribed.
Definitely. And also go over to our Twitter, at The Real Movie Guy on Twitter. You'll be hearing big things over there, too. You can also listen to us on many podcasting platforms, such as...
And for your listening pleasure, we are also available in podcast form at iTunes, Spotify, Anchor, Google Podcast, Overcast, Breaker, Radio Public, and Pocket Casts. Be sure to give us a listen at any of those fine places. If you already are right now, hey, greatly appreciate it. Just search Real Movie Guys. We should pop right up. Thank you again all so much for joining us for this episode of The Real Review. My name's Kevin. This guy over here, he's John. We are The Real Movie Guys. Real guys, real movies, real thoughts. And, from us to your family, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays. Thank you guys for tuning into us all this year. January, we got some big things to come. We can't wait to share it with you. This will be the last video of the year, so we will see you, next year. Again, expect new announcements coming. I think you guys are really going to like it. We got lots in store for you. Catch you guys later.
See ya!